Thank you for checking out this little teaser of the history of the papacy and church. Here's a little taste of what's coming up soon on the History of the Papacy podcast. Now, if you like what you hear, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. If you want to support the podcast even more, consider becoming a Patreon on patreon.com/history of the papacy. There are many levels and benefits for you, and you help keep the history of the papacy going. You can learn more about all of this at historyofthepapacypodcast.com. With that, here's another piece of the mosaic of the popes of Rome and Christian church, and I will definitely be talking to you more soon.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've done a little bit of thinking on, how long it might take for an early medieval boat to go and what kind of distances they might be able to travel in a single day. So across most of the Irish Sea, it's approximately 50 kilometers from a few close points between Ireland and Wales. Or you could use the Isle of Man as a stopover, which is itself 50 kilometers from either side. So the narrower crossings are going to be between the North Ards Peninsula in Northern Ireland. So that's going to be in modern County Down, and the Rins of Galloway in what's now southern Scotland. Those are about 41 kilometers apart, or about 25 and a half miles. The very, very narrowest crossing is between the North Antrim coast, again in Northern Ireland, and the Mole of Kintyre in Scotland, which is approximately 21 kilometers or 13 miles apart. And on a clear day, it's possible to make out houses on the other side clearly enough to count the windows on them. I know this because I've done it. It's amazing. And then in the 14th to 16th centuries, signal fires were lit on the North Antrim coast that would signal to men in Scotland that reinforcements were needed.